Right, hello, welcome back to the second episode of the Aprilia Sr50 build on the channel. Why is that open? Wait. Much better. I don't really have much to say. I just wanted to give it a proper intro since most of these videos are pre-recorded, and just bear with me if they don't seem as interesting as they possibly could be. But I still hope you enjoy, and soon we will be getting to the non-pre-recorded stuff, which will be much more interesting, at least I think so. I feel like I should throw random things at the camera to start videos, so that's what I'm gonna be doing. Let's start. Everything is in coolant now. I was not expecting it to be that heavy. I don't know if you want to see the whole wrenching process, because stuff like this is very interesting. It is indeed, but it's a hassle for me to film. Plus, I love listening to music in the background. It is what it is right now. I'm gonna clean up the coolant, remove all the cooling system, and then give you another update. We got all of the cooling system off. The radiator, coolant line, more coolant lines. Here is the coolant tank. Then I removed the oil tank, which no one needs anyway. I had that little PSA a few seconds ago. Don't use that thing. I'm gonna put it back in, but I'm not gonna use that thing. Also removed both of the grips. Here's a fairing that I removed, and more or less that is about it. Oh, I removed this. That's cool, right? I'm gonna check where the wiring goes just so I can remember all of that. And then I'm gonna start taking off these zip ties right here and pulling all the wires out, speed sensor, and hopefully my goal is to get all of the wiring out of the moped today. Actually, that's basically getting it down to the bare frame, but that is what I want to do. I'll be back with my next progress report. I'm done with today's wrenching session. What I wanted to do, no, I'm dripping. It's late. What I did right now, I removed the bars, which are right here. And what else? Did I remove anything else? I don't think I removed anything else. I just removed the bars. It looks like a mess, but that's exactly what we want. This is beautiful. So far, so good. Now, all we have to do is get these wires out of here, and we're going to be golden. PSA to myself, remember that you put these bolts, which are to mount the ignition to the frame, right up here. And remember where the thingies for the horn are. White is bottom, blue is top. Okay, done. Yeah, great. Hopefully next time we'll be able to remove all of that and get the wires out of there. I want the wires gone. I don't need the wires. What's it called? I wanted to get them through this fairing without taking off the brake levers, but it seems like I'm gonna have to take off the brake levers, which is super annoying. We made some big progress today. When we get the electrical out, that's when the fun bit will start, because we'll be able to take off the frame and then we'll be able to get into a little bit of this motor. What I have to do is find two pieces that I dropped on the floor somewhere here. That's almost it. Clean up the garage a little bit, and we are going to be done for the day. See you in the next day. Yo, what is up? Finished up another wrenching sesh. I'm about to give you the update. What did I do, you ask? I removed this fairing, which was very annoying to remove. I removed the horn, I got this broken down, now everything's on the floor, and I started removing this fairing. Can't really remove it until I remove the front wheel, so that's gonna stay on there. I'm gonna remove this, but I still have to figure it out. That is about it. I know it's not a lot, but it was something. The bike is getting torn down, and it's starting to look better by the second. Wait, I have to zoom out. Ugh, boy. I'm gonna have to repaint the frame though for it to look nice. And remove the bearings. Oh no, removing the bearings. I'm so excited for this bike. This project is so amazing, and it's gonna look so great. I can't wait. I'm gonna wake up early tomorrow, and I'm gonna come here to the garage. I'm gonna wake up at like 9 a.m. You get the devotion that I have here. That's crazy, right? Huh? That's right. And here's the Duke. That's beautiful, isn't it? Looking at this versus this is much more beautiful. But that's my riding bike. I don't need to do anything with it. I just ride. The only thing I want to do is I want to give it a tail tidy, since I was a dumbass and ordered the OEM one from KTM. It still looks. I ordered one from AliExpress, and it's gonna look 10 times better because the number plate's gonna go like right under here. I'm not gonna touch the bike with my dirty hands. I'm not that dumb. It needs a wash though. Look, it's all dusty. Ew. I'm gonna have to get it ready for the season, but that's a different video. Now back to this. This is gonna be just as beautiful as the Duke when it's done. Just believe me. I want a straight intake though. Imagine having the straight intake. If I could get one from somewhere for dirt cheap, I would get the straight intake straight away. I would love to have a straight intake on this bike. bike. Right now, it's just cosmetics, and then it's gonna be tuning the bike, which I don't think it's gonna need too much of because it was running pretty good when I bought it. Just the regulation was horrible, but that's about it. It's a simple build. It just takes time. I'm back. I removed all the stuff that's up here and got all the wires on the floor here, removed the front brake, and I'm gonna be fully disassembling the front now that I can remove this plastic thingy, and hopefully we could get all of the electronics out so then we can remove the tires and everything and just get it down to bare motor and frame. And that will be fantastic. Let's continue this. I'm back. I removed the forks. I got this front fairing off. There's also a bracket from the frame that I took off from here. Also, I removed the exhaust, which you can see down here. It's looking very clean, very spiffy. I'm gonna have to redo that. I'm gonna have to basically redo everything. I also removed the ignition cover because me being me, I want to see what's going on down there. And me also being me, I thought that these were actually bolt, and I went like, and I broke one of them off. So I'm gluing that back on. Well, I glued it on. Now I'm waiting for it to stick. I'm gonna be repainting it and refinishing it, resanding it, and doing all that stuff anyway, so it doesn't really matter because I'm not gonna leave it ugly red like this. With the bike itself, there's not much that's going on, not much else anyway. I'm just continuing to remove all of the electronics to get it down to just the bare frame and the bare motor so we can clean up the motor, redo the frame, redo the tires, clean all this stuff up, redo all of the fairings, and eventually get it back together and looking pristine. I'm gonna be showing you the progress that I've made in the past day or so. I want to show you what I have done and what I've found out. This is the whole rig right now. I know where I left off. I think I took off the forks. As you can see, the back's not aligned anymore because I took out the central bolt that puts together the frame and the motor. Then I removed all of the zip ties that hold together the electricals, so all that is removed. I tried to find the connectors that go to the ignition, but I didn't do that. So I decided that I'll just take off the frame first, redo the frame, and leave all the electricals connected to the motor for right now because I don't know how to find it. I don't know where the connection is, and it's really janky down here. You can see it goes in there, but you can't see how janky it looks. Wait, I guess you can't really see it, but it's horrible. Never mind that. I took out the top of the carburetor. That's basically all I did. But the reason for that is because I spent a lot of time trying to get this bolt out here. Used WD-40, used everything you could ever imagine, but I could not get it out. It just doesn't come out, and I'm stuck for that. So I'm gonna have to figure that out later. The next order of business is basically just dividing the frame from the motor so we can start redoing, sanding, removing the paint and everything off the frame so that it's clean. Oh, I got to take the Bazzetti side stand off as well. All in all, that's about it. I had a motor mount somewhere over here. Not a motor mount. One of the mounts that goes on. Oh yeah, there it is. That's the mount that goes onto the frame. I'm gonna have to re-clean that one as well. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. If I sound dead, it's just because I'm tired today. But I'm pretty psyched with the project and how it's going. After I take out and redo the frame, then it's gonna be checking all of the motor, seeing if there are no air leaks. I'm gonna be changing the reeds as well. I'm gonna be putting in carbon ones if it already doesn't have carbon ones in there, because I think I have the reed materials somewhere in the box there. I also want to redo the brake calipers. Hopefully we can do that as well. And that's about it. Torque gun came in real handy with that. This bolt was stuck in here and I had to use the torque gun to get it out, and that was a very nice thing to have in the garage. I'll probably need it for the top as well. It doesn't look very great up here. You're probably gonna say, oh, use the torque gun, use the torque gun. I used the torque gun. It didn't work whatsoever. Believe me, when I get it done, you're gonna love it. Most likely, I'm gonna film the process of redoing the frame. Right now, the initial thing, it's pretty annoying because it's finding all the problems that you didn't know were there. And surprisingly, with this thing, there aren't many problems except for this crack down there, but that's not really a problem. It's just a bit annoying. I don't understand it. And the frame frame is cracked, but I don't care. I'm not gonna weld that. It doesn't matter. Mainly because I don't have anything to weld it with, but it doesn't matter whatsoever. Nobody cares about cracked frames. Ugh, we don't care about cracked frames in this channel. Flip cracked frames, but I don't care. That's about it for me rambling for 20 minutes. Cold start. Oh no, actually, I'm not gonna do that. It's very sketchy out there. I wanted to give it a crank, but there's no point in doing that because one, it doesn't have fuel or anything and it's not gonna start anyway. I'm hoping that when I remove the frame, the motor won't just fall and collapse upon itself and break itself, because that would be very sad. I'm gonna be very cautious when I do that. Thank you for your attention, and I'll see you when the frame will be off, most likely. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video. I know it's all pre-recorded, as I mentioned at the beginning, but we will be getting to the more interesting stuff very soon. Thank you for being a part of the journey, for liking, subscribing, and for just simply watching my channel, because it really means a lot to me that people are actually interested in what I like and what I like to do and the content that I put out. So thank you so much, and I will see you in the next upload.